Listener's note, warning, this show is loaded with gist so powerful, it might just push you into a relationship and straight down the aisle. If you're not ready to hear wedding bells and say yes, say yes, say yes, say yes, listen at your own risk. Edgar doesn't lie. Check Edgar out. Hey checkmates, what's up? Welcome back to another mad episode of Why Am I Still Single? Yes, the only comedy podcast in Nigeria designed for people who don't even like podcasts. I'm not joking when I say this. If you hate listening to Nigerian podcasts, but somehow end up here, you're gonna love this one. And hey, if you share this podcast with a friend and they tell you it's trash, well, sorry to break it to you, but the problem isn't me, it's you. Either they're not your friends, or they don't like you that much. Yep, that's how confident we are today. Why am I still single is not the problem. The problem is you. And that's okay. The first step to solving a problem is knowing there is a problem. Anyways, happy new month. Finally, December is here. And you know, everyone is feeling that Christmas vibe in the air, except me. Honestly, the only thing I love about December is the food I get to eat. Every time I swallow my neighbor's pounded yam, I thank God he sent his only son to die for me, because the softness of the yam is beyond the miracle. I also get to enjoy meat, fowl meat, goat meat, cow meat, snail meat, or even frog meat. Meat is meat. The amount of meat I had last year alone is more than 33. So fight is meat. There will be a meeting. Now, apart from food, December to me, it's just an overhyped February. Now, let's be honest, all right? Let's be honest, guys. And can we talk about how Christmas is supposed to be about the birth of Jesus? But no, married and relationship people will not let us rest. Like it's their personal anniversary. Very soon, they'll start posting those matching pajamas pictures under a Christmas tree like it's some national holiday. You will see them smiling and forming fake love, like you did not slap your wife last week or cheat on your bobo with that Uber driver. Rubbish. Anyway, just like I said last year, next year is my year. I can feel it. I am getting married next year, guys. I can feel it. Now, don't ask me who or the date. I don't know yet. But one thing I do know, my wedding is happening next year. I can see myself getting married in October. Say bad, November. If you want to spoil, say December. So if you are listening to this podcast right now, just take note. You are invited. Don't worry. I'll send the invite to the WhatsApp group later and other communities. So make sure you join the community groups, okay? Alright, now let's talk about today's episode. Why am I still single? Honestly, today's answer is not something I can explain in one sentence. Let's just say, a few years ago, something crazy happened with someone I liked. Someone so confusing, so dramatic, so unbelievable that even I still don't understand it till today. A lady woke up one morning and said I was the father to her son. Me? How? The things I have seen in this life, even my eyes cannot tell my mouth what my ear is saying. Don't worry, we'll get into that gist. But before we open that chapter, today's episode is really about you guys. Not only have you guys shown me love by listening to and sharing the podcast, but guys, I was blown away when I saw the numbers from my Spotify Wrapped. You people, you checkmates, you don't want me to marry at this point. You guys seriously don't want me to marry at this point. To all my checkmates all over the world, tuning in, laughing, dragging me with love, and supporting the madness every single time. Thank you so much. After that, I have got some updates, proper updates, things I am excited about, things I have been working on, and then we'll dive into the real story about my son. Trust me, you are not ready for this one. Now remember, Edgar doesn't lie. Check Edgar out. Let's go. Okay, so this story started in 2021, and honestly, I remember that day like it was yesterday. Not because it was special, no, but because my destiny almost shifted that afternoon. So picture this. I am driving to Ajah from Ketu. I was on my way to my friend's house, Abiodun, aka the Wise One. Why did I leave my house around 7 that morning to visit Abiodun? Because his mother called all his friends around 5 a.m. in full panic mode. She said,
"Please come and help me talk to your friend. He's misbehaving. He's doing strange things in the house. He's eating grass and he's using his forehead to hit the wall. I don't know what is wrong with him. Please just come and help me, please."
My brother, the way this woman sounded worried, if you hear her, you will think Abiodun was auditioning for a Nollywood village ritual. She was panicking. You could sense it in her voice. When I asked her what happened, she said she just got back from work and saw her son eating grass like a goat. She said it was a spiritual attack. But I doubt it. I seriously doubt it. I mean, come on. Not to make a mockery of the situation, but I mean, if her son wasn't the wise one, I wouldn't have thought so too. But everyone who knows Abiodun knows that the only spirit attacking this boy is loud. The type that can humble your ancestors. Kana was his best friend. So all of us knew it wasn't demons. It was drugs. By the way, we didn't call him Wise One because he was wise. Far from it. We called him the Wise One because with one sniff, Abiodun would predict your future. Drugs finished that guy. Rather, I mean, he finished drugs. But out of respect for his mom, we agreed to come and support her. So there I was, driving to Ajah, rehearsing how to gently tell this woman that her son will be fine, that there is no need for 21 days of dry fasting, that her son isn't a goat, even if he is a goat. I am deep in my thoughts, trying to package the explanation in a Christian-friendly way. The next thing I hear, my brother, fear left my body instantly. Somebody that God will personally help me punish hit my car from behind. Now, if you drive in Lagos, you already know that there are 3 questions you must answer quickly before you decide the size of the madness you want to display. Number 1, who hit me? Because if it's a soldier, my dear, just forgive and forget. Even if he climbed your bonnet like Danfo conductor, just be humble. In fact, you were the one driving carelessly. Yes. Apologize. Tell him, God bless you, sir. Go home, heal. Because if you miss yarn or claim you know your rights, you might end up in Yaba lefts. Just thank God it was your car and not your life. Praise God. Hallelujah. The second question, what kind of car hit me? Now, if it's a Benz, a Range Rover, a G-Wagon, or any SUV that has the same height as your destiny, don't argue. No, just cry. Cry. Your tears will solve the problem. They will fix your car and your broken leg out of pity. But if it's a Toyota Corolla 2007, my brother, vex. Scatter the place, shout, vent. Quote road safety rules you don't even know. The person is your mate. You have every right to go bananas on the matter. And the third question, how bad is the damage? Because the winner of any Lagos accident argument is the person who shouts the loudest and the one whose car looks the most damaged. So, in my mind, as I was stepping out of my car, I was praying to God Almighty, Father, let it be someone I can beat. Let it be someone my anger can land on. Because tell me why someone will wake up around 2 a.m. and decide it is colos they want to use to start their day. I was ready for war that day. So I fling my door open, ready to shout, ready to disgrace somebody's generation. Only for me to step out, look at the driver and, my brother, it was a fine woman. Not just fine, spotless. She did not even have to say too much. I knew it was a mistake. There is no way this beauty intentionally hit my car. Her beauty immediately reset my anger and blood pressure at the same time. You know, before I could even say a word, this lady went to her knees on the express to apologize to me. Me. I was in shock. I was like, Her mother raised her well, not like Abiodun. This lady was crying and begging me with mucus in her nose.
Oh my God, I'm so sorry. Please, I didn't see you. I'm so sorry, sir. Please, forgive me.
See apology. Instant humility. My anger evaporated like NEPA lights. In fact, I started looking at the back of my car like, is it even that bad? Engine oil will fix this thing. My people, I don't even know if she jazzed me or if it is because I am desperately searching for a babe. There was no way engine oil would cover that hole. I am sure I was thinking from my armpit. This lady kept insisting that she wanted to fix the car, telling me she can pay for everything. I was even foaming gently. Please, don't worry, it's fine. It's just a small scratch. I'll handle it. Next thing, she went inside her car, brought out her phone and said,
My name is Esther. Can I get your account number? Please, let me just send you something for the inconvenience.
Hey. It was at that moment that I thanked God that Abiodun was running mad. Who am I to reject blessings, especially financial blessings? Do you know how much 150k was in 2021? I gave her the account number faster than Usain Bolt. Within minutes, she credited me. My account shook. I told her I was grateful and turned my back to leave. Just when I was about to enter my car, she held my hand and said something that finished me. She said,
I know it's strange, but can I have your number too? You know, in case anything comes up about the car, I want to be able to reach you directly.
Reach me directly? Okay, if you insist. So we exchanged numbers. In my mind, I was dancing skillet. Like, how can a bad day turn out to be this good? I met the woman of my dreams by accident in an accident. Hey! It is only in Lagos that your wahala can turn into a blessing like this. From that day, we started talking, chatting, and video calling. I remember that during the first 2 to 3 weeks of our conversation over the phone, she would start by apologizing over the car again and again. She would ask me,
Is your car fine now? Were you able to fix it?
Just like that, one random day, we ran into each other at a mall by accident. Now, if you've ever been to Ikeja City Mall, you know it's impossible to go there and not bump into at least 3 of your secondary school friends, your lost neighbor, and someone from church trying to sell you slippers. If you cannot relate, my brother, you went to the wrong place. I always meet people I know there. It's like the mall has a GPS specifically for my social life. I saw her first. I walked up to her, and being the annoying guy I am, I simply tickled her ears. When she turned around and saw me, her face went from confusion to shock to disbelief in about 3 seconds flat. We laughed, hugged, and just stood there, talking for a while like nothing else in Lagos existed. Eventually, we decided to go watch a movie together. Now, I cannot even remember the name of the movie or any major thing that happened while the movie was on, except for 2 things. 1, I remember there was a time she was visibly shaken, and then she asked me to give her my jacket, and I gave it to her. She also mentioned that she liked how I smelled. I, being smooth, told her the same thing. Now, the second thing I remember was that I spent hours staring at her skin instead of watching the movie. I couldn't just take my eyes away from the fact that this lady had no spots on her light skin. She was very attractive and had these sexy killer eyes. While the movie was ongoing, I was just there thinking of how to get this woman to my bed. In my head, we had kissed. I had taken her clothes off and she was walking naked to the shower. Now, I know the thought is crazy, but you needed to see her in person. This girl looked like fresh vanilla cake. By the way, she had this habit of twisting her lips and tongue together in a funny little way whenever she laughed. Every time she did it, I would be so upset, but then laugh just right after. She would hold my hand in the cinema and ask me why my fingers were soft and warm. After the movie, we kept walking, talking, trying to figure each other out, when she dropped a line that almost made my head spin.
Sorry, Edgar. It was nice talking to you today, but I need to go now. I don't want to miss the Arsenal game.
I blinked. Wow. Wait, you support Arsenal too?
Yes. How long have you been a fan?
I told her all my life. Then this was the part that burst my brain. She leaned in towards me, biting her lips, and said,
It's okay, bye. Can I come?
Wait, we'll be right back after a quick break. Okay, now real quick. If you are loving the podcast, you will love the Checkmates WhatsApp community. We're talking behind the scenes gist, crazy dating stories, upcoming episode teasers, and a few surprise giveaways just for members. Now click the link in the story notes to join or send your WhatsApp number to edgar@checkedgar.com. Trust me, it's sweeter over there. Okay. Bye-bye.
Let's watch football at your place.
Before, Uncle, what were you expecting me to say? Of course I said yes to her. I said yes, like a man who just won Lagos Lotto. In my mind, I was screaming, yes, like I was Daniel Bryan in WWE. That evening, we left the mall and drove to my place in our different cars. Now, let me be honest with you. I wasn't expecting anyone, let alone a fine girl like Esther, to step foot inside my house that day. My house was a complete mess. Clothes on the chair, clothes on the floor, one sneaker inside the kitchen, remote control hiding under the pillow like it is avoiding a stray bullet. The only thing saving my destiny was the fact that the bathroom was clean and there were drinks in the fridge with jollof rice in the pot. If not, she would have marked me down as a completely useless human being, a red flag, because no reasonable girl likes a dirty boy. The moment she stepped inside, Nigerian women, her eyes scanned the entire place like the security system at the airport. Full body scan in 3 seconds. The first thing she said was,
Why do you have clothes everywhere?
My brother, first impressions can make or break a destiny, so I quickly blamed fella. I said, oh sorry, it must have been my friend fella. He came earlier and just scattered everywhere. I'm a very neat guy, very, very neat. Now, before you say, Edgar doesn't lie, did you not just lie now? It wasn't a total lie, it was both of us, but more of me, but both of us. Esther looked at me and just burst into laughter. The next thing she said melted my heart. She said,
Eddie, we need to arrange this place before the match starts. We can't watch like this.
I quickly agreed. Now, in my mind, the house wasn't even that messy, just creative disarrangement. But you know, visitors and they are overdue. We started fixing the place. I gathered the clothes and rushed them into the room before she would notice another thing, while she swept the floor and arranged the throw pillows like she owned the place. My living room became a living room again. It even started breathing fresh air. And the whole time, I was just there, smiling to myself. This lady wasn't just fine. She was beautiful, funny, and comfortable. And now she was cleaning my house before kickoff. My brother, wife material, premium package. We settled down, the game started. And my brother, the chemistry was instant. She laughed at my terrible commentary. You know that kind of laugh where the person holds their stomach and points at you like you're a clown? That one. And I kept laughing at her Arsenal insults because she kept insulting Arsenal players for losing chances. When I asked her why she supports Arsenal, she said,
Arsenal players are cute. most of your players are handsome.
I lost it. I laughed so hard, I nearly spilled my drink. Imagine choosing Arsenal because the players are fine. Women are built differently, Sha. Every now and then, she would lean over to steal snacks from my plates like teeth in training. I pretended not to notice, but you know that warm feeling you get when somebody feels comfortable enough to misbehave around you? Yeah, I got it the first day. And as the night went on, the football slowly became background noise because we did more talking than watching. She told me personal stories and I told her mine. And then she would do that lip twist thing every time she did it. I would have to look away to stop myself from laughing like a goat. Then, at some point, I noticed she got cold. I asked her if she wanted me to turn off the AC. She said no. But as a gentleman that I am, I offered her my jacket again. You needed to see the smile on her face. She slipped her arms into it, smiled softly, and whispered,
Thanks, Edgar. You're cute.
And that was the moment. The spark. The tiny shift you can't explain, but you feel in your chest. There was something about the way she looked at me, almost like she saw me differently. I don't know if it was the dim light in the living room or the fact that she smelled really nice in my jacket, but something changed. The rest of the night was just vibes. Talking, laughing, teasing, football in the background, and those awkward little touching moments. You know, my hands will touch her hands will touch mine, will not act as if it were a mistake. You guys know what I'm talking about, right? Good. Now, for those of you wondering, nothing happened that night. No kiss, no madness, just a very warm hug at the end. And then she said,
I'll come next Saturday for the next Arsenal match.
I just smiled because I had a strong feeling that one day, after watching a match, she wouldn't be leaving the same way she came. And that was how it went. Every Saturday or Sunday, depending on when Arsenal played, she would come over. And every single time, I would want to touch her, kiss her, or just hold her. But as usual, once the match ended, she would hug me and go home like a responsible citizen. Week after week, same routine, same innocent tension that was slowly turning into madness. Guys, let me advise you, if you know you cannot control yourself when you see a woman, do not allow her come to your house. Don't say, when she comes, she'll not enter the bedroom. Don't let her come at all, for your own good. Okay. One fateful day. On this particular day, Arsenal wasn't even playing. Nothing was happening in the football world. So when she called and said,
I'm coming to surprise you,
I thought maybe she bought me a new jersey, or did Arsenal sign Messi? My brother, the real surprise started the moment she walked in. She wore this short, see-through gown. Guys, my eyes were seeing more than they could carry. I just froze, but something in my spirit tapped me and whispered, Edgar, tonight is not a regular night. She came with alcohol, a full bottle. I asked, what are we celebrating? Till today, I still don't know the answer. It wasn't her birthday, it wasn't my birthday, it wasn't a friend anniversary. Arsenal did not win the Champions League, Arsenal did not even win the FA Cup, nothing. She just said,
must we have a reason to celebrate before we celebrate?
And so, the celebration started. We drank, talked, laughed, played music. And the more she drank, the more she relaxed into the chair like she owned the place. By the time she got tipsy, that lip-twisting thing turned into a different kind of smile. Then she looked at me, eyes soft, voice small, and said,
Can I get something more comfortable to wear? I don't want to sleep in this.
I paused. Do you want to sleep over, or should I order you a ride? She raised one eyebrow and asked,
Do you want me to go home?
The question entered my chest like bullets. I said no, obviously. She asked me to walk her to the bathroom and give her my towel. So I did. And right there in my front, without warning, she took off everything she was wearing. My brothers and sisters, I will not lie. My heart started beating like generator with no fuel. Little Edgar stood up straight and started vibrating on its own. My blood was running like a speed train or a downfall that passed BRT lane. She acted like nothing was happening, like I should just stand there and observe the weather. I panicked a bit and I asked, So sorry, Esther. Should I step outside? She smiled and said,
No, it's fine. I'm sure you've seen plenty of naked women before, right?
That question was a trap from the pit of hell. I kept quiet. I did not nod. I did not breathe. I just looked at her. And honestly, everything about her was beautiful. Her skin, the softness, even the stretch marks that curved around her hips like art. She looked real, human, stunning. When she finished baiting, I gave her my big t-shirt and she walked straight to my bed. She was obviously tired. I wanted to quickly escape the room and respect myself. But then she said,
Edgar, come and stay here with me now.
Where? On my bed? This lady was on my bed with my t-shirt and no underwear. I won't lie, everything in my body was shouting, yes, yes, yes. But the fact remained she was tipsy, a little drunk, and no matter how much I wanted her, I didn't want it like that. I didn't want tomorrow's story to be one nonsense accusation, so I pretended not to hear. But then she called again, softer this time.
Edgar, please now, please.
At that point, my head started pounding. I was having emotional migraine. I remembered the story of Joseph and Potiphar's wife. I wanted to say no, but the little Edgar was already screaming yes. So I went to the bed and sat beside her. Then I laid down, and yes, we kissed. That soft, slow, dangerous kind of kiss that makes you forget your surname. I won't lie, the chemistry was mad. It was really mad. But that was it. Alright, we kissed, we cuddled, nothing more. No touching, no funny business, no sex. She slept early. I slept too. My shorts stayed exactly where God put them. We just held each other till morning. Warm, innocent, dangerous, but still innocent. My checkmates, I did not sleep with Esther. I did not sleep with her. And honestly, that night changed everything. The next morning, she woke up holding her head like someone that just saw her exam results in a dream. She looked around my room, looked at me, looked at herself, and said,
Edgar, what happened last night?
I calmly narrated everything. The drinking, the celebrating, the bedroom wahala, the t-shirts, the cuddling, the kissing, but that nothing else happened. Then she suddenly touched herself, froze, and asked,
Where are my underwears and why am I not wearing them?
Before I could even form, you remove them yourself. She just burst out laughing. Then she looked at me with this playful, dangerous smile and said,
Edgar, you're a bad boy. Yesterday was amazing. Thank you.
My brother, I told her nothing happened. Like absolutely nothing. She just smiled. That smile women give when they know something you don't know. She said, okay. Picked up her clothes, arranged her hair, grabbed her bag, and disappeared. And when I say disappeared, I mean disappeared. No call, no text, no I reached home, no WhatsApp last seen, no smoke signal, nothing. She ghosted me so fast. Even Thatcher would be impressed. But here's the crazy part. I actually tried looking for her for weeks, for months, everywhere. She was gone. I just hope she was okay. I didn't hear from her or see her over the weekend at my place whenever Arsenal played a game. Until one random day in 2023, 2 years later, a strange number called me. But before I tell you what the caller said, let's go on a short break. Hey, don't skip the promo. Okay, you better listen to it. It's a new promo. Alright? When we come back, the real madness starts. Let's go. Hey checkmates, would you believe me if I told you there is a fun and easy way to make 1,000 naira every Saturday? Yes, you heard that right. I'm giving you 1,000 naira if you don't laugh at my jokes. Welcome to Saturday Laughs. Every Saturday, a brand new joke lands straight in your inbox. If you don't laugh, giggle, or smile, and you click the not funny button, 1,000 naira is yours. But fair warnings, my jokes are ridiculously funny. You might laugh anyway and miss the money. Think you have the courage? Think you can keep a straight face? Go to www.checkedgar.com. Wait for the pop-up, sign up for Saturday Laughs, and let the challenge begin. Remember, you only get paid if you don't laugh. So bring your poker face or just give in and laugh like everyone else. Saturday Laughs, brought to you by Check Edgar. Don't miss it. Check Edgar out. And we are back. Now, just before we jump back into the main gist and continue the story, I have to run through some pretty announcements before some of you will say I didn't tell you. Because this December and next year, hey, I'm going to be dropping things hot. Things that will shift this country. Things that would make you love me and the Check Edgar brand some more. Let us start with Spotify. Now, the Spotify Wrapped for the Why Am I Still Single podcast was mind-blowing. Mind-blowing. You guys are too much, 3 much, even 4 much. Who would have thought that sharing my personal problems every Friday will get people glued? Like, I started this thing in my room with my microphone and my cup of water. This small podcast made it into Spotify Editor's Pick of the Year. Let me repeat that. This small podcast made it into Spotify's Editor's Pick of the Year. Wow! Like, Spotify saw my podcast and said, you deserve to be among the amazing podcasts for 2025. Wow! This is me saying thank you to Spotify, my amazing team, my ex-lovers and crushes, and most importantly, every single person that listens to this podcast. Yes, you. Every one of you who had me in mind, checking every week to see if I have a new episode. I do not take it for granted, guys. I promise you, you guys are the real deal. I love you guys so much, so much. Like, the stats were crazy. 92.5 thousand total plays, 15.6 thousand total listeners, 22.9 thousand listening hours. My podcast was a top 10 show for 9,000 people. A top 5 show for 7.8 thousand people, and a top 1 show for 3.9 thousand people. That's insane. 3,000 people consider my podcast as number 1. Guys, we had people listening from Nigeria, Ghana, the UK, the US, and Kenya. We had over 586 comments. My listening time increased by 735%. And my followers increased by 992%. Guys, I received more comments than 99% of other shows. Why Am I Still Single was one of the most shared shows and most listened to. Thank you very much, guys. Some of you listened for hours and hours, even when I said rubbish. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I love you guys so much. By the way, I should also mention that some of my checkmates on WhatsApp and other communities shared their listeners' stats, and it was crazy. I found someone who I consider to be my top fan. His name is Charbel Robinson, and he streamed for 6,068 minutes. 6068 minutes. He was recognized as a top 0.05% fan. Now, if you consider yourself to be a fan with more streaming minutes, then send your receipts to edgar@checkedgar.com and I'll give you a special shout out in TGIF4. Let's finally settle this matter once and for all. Who is Check Edgar's biggest fan? Alright? Anyway, in other news, next year, the Why Am I Still Single podcast will have some videos. Yes, we'll have guests. We'll bring in my exes, celebrities, some checkmates, and some lovers. If you have always wondered what I look like, then do not worry. You'll get tired of seeing my face. The podcast is going to be bigger, messier, and I can assure you of more premium heartbreak and comedy. My goal is to be more consistent next year, so I'm going to be dropping new episodes every Friday. Now, if you think this current madness is something, hey, just wait. Check Edgar is coming, alright? The first season ends after TGIF 6. That's 60 episodes of storytelling. Alright, now, let me give you guys some good news and bad news. Which would you like to hear first? Alright, let's start with a good one because life is already hard. Drum roll, please. TGIF 4 is coming! Woo, 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 woo. Yes, TGIF 4 is coming, and TGIF is that special episode we do after every 10 episodes. The one where I stop traumatizing you guys with my dating life and actually say thank you to the people that make this podcast possible. You my checkmates. It is where I react to your comments, read your emails, and occasionally read love letters from people that want to date me, marry me, or just adopt me emotionally. It is my own little appreciation episode, alright? Now, the bad news. Spotify, in their wisdom, decided to remove the comment feature. I am sure you guys have noticed. Meaning, I cannot see your comment this time. But you know me now. Problem no dey last. So I came up with a better idea. Now, instead of comments, I want to hear your voice. So this time, I made it very easy for everybody. If you like things simple and fast, I have dropped a SpeakPipe link in the show notes for those who do not like stress. Just click it, record your message, and you're done. No app, no stress. But if you know how to upload your recording to Google Drive, then use the Google Drive link to upload your voice notes. Now, whichever one works for you, just talk to me. Alright, 2 minutes max per recording. Be clear, be honest, be interesting. And please, no good afternoon, sir, or good afternoon, ma. How was your night, sir? I don't want to hear all that, alright? Just say your name and share your thoughts. I'll feature the best ones directly in TGIF 4. Yes, your voice inside my podcast. You will become a podcaster by force. Now, listen to this, okay? There are 4 categories you can record under. The first one is called Check the Hot Seat. Check the hot seat. This is where you ask any hot question about myself or the podcast. Now, anything at all, no fear. But just know this, if you ask me for money, I will delete your recording, block you spiritually, and hand you over to the nearest police station. Let your question make sense, please. Now, the second category is called Checkmate's Confession. Now, this is where you share your craziest dating or relationship experiences under 3 minutes. I'll pick the best 5 and feature them on the episode. I have been sharing mine. It's time for you guys to share yours. Alright? Now, the third is called Love Notes, formerly known as Love Letters. Now, if you've ever wanted to tell me how much you love me, admire me, or see a future with me and 2 kids, this is your moment. Send a voice note, 3 minutes or less. Alright? Let's go on a date together. And finally, episodes reaction. Now, you can share your thoughts on any episode from TGIF 3 up until TGIF 4. Now, the good, the bad, the funny, the wicked, I'll pick the best and maybe the worst. So please, click the Google Drive link or the SpeakPipe link in the show notes or the one in the WhatsApp community and send in your recordings. You guys have heard me talk for over 40 minutes in every episode. Now, it is my turn to hear you. Alright. Let's go back to the original story. One random day in 2023, 2 whole years later, my phone rang. It was an unknown number. Now, normally, I don't pick unknown calls. In Nigeria, unknown numbers only call you for 3 reasons. Number 1, network upgrade. Number 2, to borrow money. Or number 3, to inform you that someone used your line to borrow money. Sometimes, your distant cousins in the north use random numbers to check in on you from time to time. So I wasn't going to pick it, but for some reason, something in my spirit said, pick it, just pick it. So I picked. Hello? There was a brief pause. Then the person spoke, and immediately I knew that voice. You know when a sound enters your ear and your heart reacts before your brain? That was what happened. She said,
Hello, Edgar. Hi, it's Esther. Is this a good time to talk?
It was Esther. Esther! The woman who disappeared from my life like data when you need it the most. I won't lie, I was genuinely happy. Happy that she was alive. Happy that she was okay. Happy that she remembered my number. But something was off. Her voice wasn't the same. She didn't sound soft or playful like before. She sounded rushed, like someone trying to say something quickly before courage runs out. I told her I could talk. I told her I'd missed her. She apologized for disappearing and said she had been through a lot. Life happened, things happened, streets happened. I didn't push. 2 years is a long time. You don't start interrogating someone immediately. Then she said something that caught me off guard. She said she wanted to see me. She asked if she could come over during the weekend. And instantly, my mind went back to 2021. Saturday football, laughter, banter, that stupid lip twist smile. I won't lie, I was excited. Excited to see her again. Excited to finally get answers. Excited to reopen a chapter I thought was permanently closed. I said yes. And just like that, the past knocked on my door. So that Saturday morning, my body woke up before my alarm. I stood up like a man with purpose. First thing, general sanitization. I arranged my house, washed plates that had been forming ancestral bonds in the sink, scrubbed the toilet like the Pope was coming to visit. I even bought new air fresheners. Lord, not the usual lavender breeze nonsense. No, I bought the ones that smell like foreign responsibility. I added scented candles. Yes, candles, because romance must have evidence. Yes, I went and bought fuel, not because I plan to go anywhere, but because NEPA will not embarrass me on this day. Today was not the day for off NEPA to spoil my destiny. No. I stocked the fridge, drinks, chocolates, candy, and fried chicken. I turned on Netflix, just in case, I set the AC to Arctic mode, started playing slow R&B music, the kind of music that says, we are adults now. I started playing Weekend during the weekend. If you know, you know. In my head, I said, this girl we know that the Edgar she met in 2021 is not the same Edgar of 2023. That year, she met Joseph. This year, she was coming to meet King Solomon. I was ready. I sat down, waiting for that knock on the door, checking my phone every 2 minutes like a nervous secondary school boy. Then around 3 p.m., my phone rang. And it was Esther. She said,
Hi, Edgar. I'm outside.
Checkmates. Checkmates of all ages. You needed to see the joy on my face. I jumped up, adjusted my shirt, sprayed perfume one last time just in case the first one expired. I was genuinely excited to see my Esther again. Last time, I didn't do anything, but this time, my brother, I was ready to do things. I walked towards the door, smiling, already planning my first line, my first hug, my first long time no see moment. I placed my hand on the door handle, took a small breath, and opened it. The moment I saw her, my smile paused, because standing there was Esther, but also not the Esther I remembered. Then I noticed something else. She wasn't alone. She was holding the hand of a small boy, a full human being, standing calmly, smiling, looking around like someone that had been here before. For a second, my brain refused to process the information. I was still stuck on Esther. We made eye contact, and that first look was awkward, not romantic, not warm, just heavy. Her face wasn't as smooth as I remembered. Her skin looked tired, like life has been billing her aggressively. Her clothes weren't really dirty, but she looked confused, like she had attended too many events without rest. Then I saw it, a tattoo, clear as day. Big Daddy was here, written on her waist. Big Daddy? When did Big Daddy enter the chat? Before I could even arrange my thoughts, my eyes dropped to the boy. He looked at me. I looked at him. The kind of look where both of you are trying to understand why you're in the same space. Esther finally spoke.
Hi, Edgar.
Her voice was softer than before, but not sweet. It sounded rushed, like someone trying to say something without saying anything. I managed to smile and said, "Hi, you're welcome." Then I gestured awkwardly. "Please, come in." She walked in first, then the boy followed. That was when something strange happened. The boy didn't hesitate, didn't look back at Esther. He didn't even ask for her permission. He just walked straight to my living room like he knew the place and picked a chocolate from the table. The R&B music was still playing softly in the background. The AC was still blowing cold. The candles were still burning. But the vibe had shifted. Esther sat down carefully, adjusted herself. The boy stood beside her, holding onto her leg, staring at me like he was trying to remember where he knew me from. I was confused, deeply confused, so I did what any sensible man would do in a moment like this. "How are you doing?" She sighed.
I'm okay. Taking life easy, I guess.
"You look different. What happened to you?" She smiled, but it didn't reach her eyes.
Let's just say life happened. I can see you're still the same. A lot has changed about me. I have a tattoo now, and I casually do drugs when I'm bored or when I need to clear my head.
Drugs? Okay. I looked at the boy again. "And who is he?" She waved her hand casually, like she was talking about a bag or just a jacket.
Oh, him? That's why I'm here. He is your son. Our son.
Checkmate. I swear, my soul left my body for a second. I looked at Esther. She kept her eyes slightly downcast, calm but tense, like someone who knew this moment could explode any second. The craziest part was that the boy let go of her leg, walked closer to me, looked me straight in the eyes and said, Daddy, I've missed you." Daddy? I almost laughed. Daddy K. Is this boy mad? Don't you know your father? At first, I thought it was a joke, maybe a prank, maybe hidden camera, maybe Instagram content. Until Esther casually mentioned that she has brought his things and wanted him to have a better relationship with his father for some time. That was when my spirit returned to my body with anger. "Esther, will you carry this thing away from my house? What kind of nonsense is this?" She looked at me, serious.
His name is Prodigal, and he is your son.
"Daddy, I'm hungry." What kind of name is that? Why will you name a child Prodigal? Like Prodigal Son? Do you even know the meaning of prodigal? That's your business, and how can he even be my son? I shouted. When you know that I didn't even have sex with you that night.
That's a lie. We did. And you know it. I haven't slept with anyone since then.
Jesus Christ, but I didn't sleep with you now. Okay, what of Big Daddy? The person on your waist?
Prodigal is your son.
Okay, even if we did, that was 2 years ago. This does not even look like a 2-year-old child. This boy looks like a 7 or 8-year-old child.
Eddie, baby, can't you see the resemblance?
Resemblance like how? With his big ear and long nose? This boy already has hair in his armpits. He doesn't even look like me. Why is his head this big? And why is he bald at the age of 8? Please take this crazy thing away from my house immediately. That was when she started screaming and screaming and screaming, shouting, crying, hitting things. The boy started crying too, and in that moment, everything connected. I remembered how I met Esther. I remembered the story of Abiodun, and I realized something painful, checkmates. Please say no to drugs. Because only drugs can make someone do something this stupid. The woman I was falling in love with was losing her mind right in front of me. At that moment, I didn't care about tears. I didn't care about her explanation. I didn't care about Arsenal. I didn't care about her prodigal son. I didn't care about God's plan. I looked at her and said very calmly, Esther, leave my house now before I call the police. She tried to talk. I cut her off. When the police gets here, you'll be in bigger trouble. You're on drugs and you're with a child only God knows where you got him from. Leave my house, Esther. Leave my house, Esther. And that was it. She got angry and started packing her things aggressively. The way people pack when they want you to feel bad, but you don't. Then she turned to the boy and said,
Prodigal, tell your father bye-bye.
Checkmates, this boy stood up, looked me straight in the eyes and said, Bye-bye, Daddy. I won't lie to you, I swear. It was the Holy Spirit that held me back. Because if not, my shoe would have located his forehead with precision and accuracy. As they walked out of my house, I locked the door, washed my head, and thanked God for making it easy for me. So why am I still single, checkmates? Well, because I fell in love with a lady I met by accident, and she accidentally claimed I had a son for her. Prodigal, my prodigal son. Yes, that is why I am still single. Because after surviving this kind of madness, who in their right mind rushes into a relationship? But hey, life is full of chaos, surprises, and sometimes flying shoes. And that's why we laugh. That's why we tell stories. That's why we keep living. And that's the end of this week's episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, then don't forget to subscribe and share the podcast with those who are single, dating, or married. Please don't forget to subscribe, rate the podcast, and share it with your friends. The single ones, the dating ones, the married ones, especially the married ones, because they like judging us the most. Now, quick reminder, before you disappear, TGIF4 is coming, and this time I want to hear your voices, alright? Check the show notes or the WhatsApp community for the SpeakPipe or Google Drive link, and send in your audio for hot seats, checkmates, confessions, love notes, or your comments from TGIF3 to TGIF4. Keep it under 2 to 3 minutes and let your voice be heard. Alright, my new blog, Check Edgar Lately, launches very soon on checkedgar.com. Hilarious stories written for people who hate reading. Yes, I've also decided to add voice notes for every post, so reading without stress. Alright, the Saturday Laughs Challenge is live. Now, if you think my jokes are boring, register on checkedgar.com and I'll send you a joke every Saturday. If you don't laugh, I'll credit you 1,000 naira. Simple. And yes, my card game, Check Out, is out. If you want to play with me or be part of the official commercial, send me a mail to edgar@checkedgar.com. If you also want to support the podcast, you can donate. Even $3 go a long way. 5,000 naira goes a long way. Your support keeps the madness alive, all right? And finally, remember that the podcast ends the day I get married. So please, tell your fine friend that Edgar is single and he's available. If that fine friend is you, don't be shy, all right? Send me a message, edgar@checkedgar.com. Edgar doesn't lie. Check Edgar out. Thank you for listening, my people. If you had fun, Don't keep it to yourself. Join the Checkmates WhatsApp community. It is where we vibe, laugh, and maybe cry small. But most importantly, we connect. Click the link in the show notes or email your number to edgar@checkedgar.com to join us. Until next week, remember, Edgar doesn't lie.